Yeah, and Phoenix is just going to explain that now to the judge, who's still just a couple of minutes late, you know. He's no man, you have to understand.
He could be like me in a couple of beers in.
Oh, that's... Okay, that explains it. Yes, the judge is now finally getting there.
That number 2 would indicate it's Studio 2. I agree. I concur.
We all agree. Case to case adjourned. Rabble. Be here tomorrow with a fishing net and some white chicken. And as we know, at that time, there was a meeting between the director, producer, and the bigwigs.
Could not come to Studio 1. Yeah.
Yes.
But they could have gone to Studio 2.
That is possible. And there you have it. So now we've immediately knocked out Old Bag, the assistant, and
Will Powers.
And Will Powers himself, yes. Because he couldn't get to Studio 2 either. Yep. And as I said, we knew from the previous one that Salmonella had a break in between, which means that there was a window to kill Jack Hammer. So there you have it. This case is very much taking a different form now.
Yeah. For some reason.
You have to. It's fair to say, like, this is a pretty massive fucking plot twist. Well, it's hard to say. Do we have proof that Jack Hammer stole the costume?
Yes, we do.
Which would be?
I
think you'll see. We do have proof. Because what happened to Will Powers after he twisted his ankle?
He took the sleeping pills, wasn't it?
Yes, he took a nap in his dressing room, and it was found.
He did what I do all the time. Yes, nap.
Yes, but that's it though. Like the bottle was found on the plate where Powers and Hammer ate, and it said sleeping pills on it. So Powers slept through the entire afternoon, did a burp-bot, as they say. That could have been because he was drugged by Jack Hammer. Indeed. In-fucking-deed. And this should prove it. Yep, that should prove it. If Phoenix is right, the fingerprints should be there. And are totally not overwritten by the fact that everyone else has touched it at the crime scene.
Yeah, or, he could have been wearing gloves.
He could have been wearing gloves, in fairness. And that's it. The trial is over for now. Will Powers survives for another day.
Good for him.
Yes, absolutely. Like, I mean, by all accounts, he really can't be the culprit now at this point because he's no longer at the scene of the crime.
So that leaves Salmonella and D. Vasquez.
Yes. Who's your money on?
I really don't like Salmonella, but I don't know if he has the capability to take out another man. I feel like he would go for weaker victims.
Okay, interesting.
Whereas your one Vasquez seems to be a bit of a ball breaker, so she could literally.
You think she's broken a man?
Yeah, Literally.
Okay, interesting. I like your logic here. So let's see what happens. So Will Paris must be chuffed at this, as you'd expect him to be, I guess. Mia, you're dead.
You can't go home.
Yeah.
Into the light.
Yeah, home is the shadow realm to you. Me too. Me too, and I was bludgeoned to death. You had to be there.
No, Ruffle.
rolling over the dead, rolling on the floor, dead. Ruffed. So again, we seem quietly assured now that Paris isn't the killer, but now our job now this afternoon in the Phoenix Wright timeline is to find out who the killer is.
Yeah.
That's what we present to court tomorrow. That is the burning question.
Dun dun dun.
So it's time to get investigating, lads. We have a quick lunch, maybe a T-bone steak back at the law office, and back to business we go.
Because you can swallow that whole pretty much in 5 minutes.
Yes, you can. Yes, absolutely. I can't say I've done it myself, but I've heard of people that can do it.
Okay, so you've got the little sister back.
Yes, Mia's gone home, in a manner of speaking. Incidentally, Maya is completely out of the loop for this. Whenever Mia possesses,
completely blacked out. Yeah.
Yeah, so she doesn't know anything that's happened. And this is the Phoenix explaining the court system that's worked now. Essentially, trials can only go for 3 days. That's a maximum. And I think, technically speaking, if they cannot convict someone in those 3 days, it's a mistrial, and they go scot-free.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's literally after 3 days, take it or leave it. Either he's guilty or he's not. So it's a system that massively favours the prosecution, and I'm sure if Neil was here, he'd explain that it's quite a brutal commentary on how horrible the legal system is in Japan.
Yeah, it's pretty shocking to kind of see, because you kind of see Japan as being such a high echelon of society. I think it's kind of then you see that there's actually some fucked up shit going on there too.
Oh, totally. I think every country is not country has their flaws in a sense, and I think Japan do kind of give off that impression of being a very sophisticated country, which obviously that's not to say they're not, but the legal system being the exact opposite to ours is a bit of a concern, because it is a horrendously unfair system. And as Neil would have pointed out, it actually doesn't matter really if you're innocent or guilty. You're likely to be found guilty anyway. It doesn't matter if you did it or not. But then again, Japan has one of the lowest crime rates in the world. So you'd argue then that maybe is a deterrent. But it's a really
if you're gonna just get accused of something and you're just going to be found guilty of it, you'd probably not even chance it.
No, I don't think you would. I think that's the whole idea behind it. It's just well, you're likely to die, so probably not. Probably don't commit that robbery or rape that woman. Which again, the whole kind of potential of allegations as well then really takes a different knock. If you're accused of a murder or sexual assault, are you likely to be told to be really
be found guilty on it?
Yeah, this is it. So it's that's when the system really kind of shows how
flawed it is. Yeah,
how flawed it is. And as I said, if you go up to in a court in Japan, you're likely found guilty. So it's pretty. Doesn't matter if you did it or not.
Interesting. We in Ireland have a fairly patchy legal system. So it's a lot for us to be saying, oh, it's unfair or whatever, when we've got quite a low conviction rate in certain crimes and quite a low standard time for jail sentencing for quite bad, deeds, I suppose.
Yeah. Like,
But if a attorney was found set in Ireland, it'd be quite an hilariously terrifying game there as well.
it'll actually be the opposite. We'd be playing the prosecutor trying to convince the judge that the person did actually kill them, and the judge going like, no, he voted Fine Gael, he's grand. It's like, no, sir.
Sir, don't I know his father, who's a fine man?
His brother is a good man, and it runs in the family.
Sir, didn't they lend us the land?
I know his son. His son plays the hurling with my son, and they get on very well. So, not guilty to 3 counts of murder. You're like,
with a hurley in a centre.
Yes, in the drawing room. But no, it is that kind of thing where like, if this was in an Irish setting, like just nobody would get charged with murder. It was just like, no, actually, it would be a case of like who you are. So if it's someone famous, no, you're not getting convicted. You're not guilty, regardless of what you did. Oh hey, it's Betty. It's yeah.
B. Arthur.
B. Arthur, that's the one. I got the wrong Golden Girl, lads. I apologise.
Yeah.
It happens. Old Bag seems to have been glitched out.
Yeah.
She's not moving at all. She's not even blinking. I love that. Typical cop though as well. This is like, we might ransack the guard station. Nothing. We might run amok and set fire to the house. Nothing. We might eat the donuts. I will fucking eat your head. But here's the thing though, right?
Oh, she doesn't like the producer.
Nope. And again, like we skipped over what Will Powers was saying, but it was kind of the same thing where like basically like Vasquez kind of saved the studio from going under. So there is a sort of like, in a way, like she owns the studio and also kind of everyone in it. So she's a very domineering presence.
A Stan Kroenke.
Yeah, she's a Kroenke.
I read that as MC Hammer.
Well, unfortunately, he's dead, so you can't touch him. Ooh, Oldbag is livid. That's why she wouldn't talk to us, because we said some serious stuff about Hammer. Never do such a thing. But that's the thing, you see, like we do have to find a reason why he dressed up as a Seal Samurai. Was it to fool Oldbag, or was there more to it? This is what we have to answer before the trial tomorrow. Essentially now we have to build a case to prove that, obviously Powers didn't do it, but we have to build a case of who actually did it.
Okay.
So, again, Maya's being brought up to speed here in a sense.
Yeah.
So Maya asks, did somebody call for the Seal Samurai? Maybe that's a possibility.
Let's have a look. Studio 2. Oh!
Ooh! Hello, Diva. What are you doing up here? She seems to be out there waiting for us. Interesting. Maya's not getting any help here.
Threatened to eat her donuts.
She's watching the clouds. She's watching the clouds.
Okay.
You really can't say fairer than that, though. Like that is actually what she's doing.
Might scare them off.
Maybe. To be fair, she does have a kind of a weird vibe off her, doesn't she? Like, just like, I really shouldn't keep talking to her. She freaks me out. Okay. Oh, okay. I love Maya here. It's just like, you're cancelling the Steel Samurai? You bitch. Top end of the trailer? Oh. Okay, so doesn't want to know about Manila either. Which I can kind of understand. But Manila seems like totally terrified of her, in fairness.
Okay, no. Days later, the plates are still there. Disgusting.
They're still there, but, you know, there is something missing off the plate. So, yeah, Vasquez is still there. I fuck up here. I keep... the emulation was annoying me, because it wouldn't click through, but anyway. Yes, this is where we want to be.
Just getting your steps up in the game, in fairness.
That's it. That's all I'm doing. Like, because it's been a long day, but we haven't got our exercise, so yeah, it's fair enough. So yeah, this is where we found the sleeping pills.